Hey everyone, 영어 잘하고 싶은 사람들 안녕하세요. 저는 리암쌤입니다. 오늘 주제는 스트레스 해소하기입니다. 영어로는 dealing with stress라고 하죠. 제가 만든 템플릿 따라하시면 쉽고 간단하지만 원어민처럼 말할 수 있어요. 템플릿 읽는 법은 긍정, 중간 애매한 답변, 부정 답변을 고르고 색깔을 따라가세요. 빈칸에 하고 싶은 말을 넣으면 됩니다. 이제 제가 각 파트별로 예시를 말해볼게요. 긍정 답변. How do you deal with stress? I'm good at handling stress. For example, I like to work out because it helps me focus. Something that particularly stresses me out is when I'm juggling a lot of tasks at once because it's hard to do each task effectively. Dealing with stress is important for me because if I'm stressed, it prevents me from focusing on work and enjoying time with friends. 애매한 답변. How do you deal with stress? I'm okay at handling stress. Usually I just watch something on Netflix because it helps me to relax. Something that particularly stresses me out is studying and working at the same time because I always feel so exhausted. Dealing with stress is sometimes difficult because I often get overwhelmed with everything that I need to do. 부정 답변. How do you deal with stress? I don't handle stress very well. Usually I just nap, but it doesn't help because I'm completely avoiding the issue and not trying to solve it. Something that particularly stresses me out is when I'm juggling a lot of tasks at once because it's hard to do each task effectively. Stress is difficult for me to overcome because it's easy to get overwhelmed, but not easy to actually get started on tasks. 여기서부터는 제 중급반 학생들이 템플릿 없이 연습했었던 부분입니다. 학생들과 템플릿 없이 먼저 수업하는 이유는 학생들이 진짜 회화 능력을 기를 수 있고 스스로 어떤 실수를 하는지 정확하게 알 수 있기 때문입니다. 이 영상에서 나오는 수업의 순서는 1번 학생들과 템플릿 없이 연습, 2번 학생들 답변 고쳐주기, 3번 학생들에게 템플릿 보여준 뒤에 답변 연습하고 고쳐주기. Okay, so today we're talking about dealing with stress.
Yeah.
Pretty good topic to do because I think we're all pretty stressed. So I think it's a good topic to cover. So 그 한국말로 dealing with stress 뭐야?
스트레스 해소법, 해소하기.
In English, there are a couple of ways that we ask this question. So, stress 받을 때 어떻게 해결해? 뭐 그런 거, right? Stress 해소하기. So, how do you deal with stress? 근데 in a more formal setting, it's really often that people would ask, how do you cope with stress? So, cope is like a specific word we usually use with stress. Like, how do you cope with stress? How do you deal with stress? Cope is kind of like, like what is your method? Kind of thing. How do you do it, right? When you're stressed, how do you deal with that problem? How do you cope with that problem? So when you're feeling stressed, well, there's a couple of ways we can say it. Right? How do you deal with it? 아니면 when you're feeling stressed 받을 때, how do you cope with it? 아니면 when you're stressed, even feeling도 필요 없어. Because it's 벌써 feeling이잖아. So 있게 없게 상관없어. 그리고 when you're stressed, how do you cope with that feeling? During times of stress, how do you deal with it or that? During times of stress, how do you cope? Are you good at handling stress? 그거 좀 specific이야. How are you good at it? Right? Yes, I'm good at it. No, I'm bad at it. I'm okay at it. Right? So it's all this really the same question, just many different ways. Jisu, how do you deal with stress?
When I was young, when I get stressed, I went to sleep because like when I wake up, I can my feeling is more calm, so I can handling well. But now when I get stressed, I'm trying to find like what is the problem of my stress? Like, I'm trying to find like the problem, and even I can't like fix the problem. I just know what is the problem of me. Then just feel better. I feel better, and also I'm do something. Gardening or like listen music or watching drama. 뭐라고 하지? 아예 상관없는 일을 한다고?
그냥 anything?
Like, 그러니까 내 프로블럼이랑 아예 상관없는 다른 일.
아예 상관없는 like anything that's not important? 중요하지 않은 거?
약간 그런 느낌.
그냥 whatever라고 할까? 그냥 whatever. Like whatever just means I'll just do whatever. Like 중요하지도 않고 그냥 anything like.
It's not about the stress situation. Just other
okay, I
things.
just do. We can fix that later. But also, can you also tell me about a specific thing that you're stressed with nowadays? So nowadays, something 어떤 스트레스 받는 일?
Nowadays, I'm getting stressed because I need to apply new job. I have job, but I want to get more money. So I need to write cover letter, resume, and do interview. I'm really scared and stressed about the interview. So I'm trying to write the question and answer about interview and write my resume again. I just do my best now. It's stress, but I'm handling.
Cool.
I can handling.
Okay.
Jonghwa turn.
Yeah, so Jonghwa. So how do you cope with stress?
I think the best way to relieve my stress is having sweet things.
Oh.
When I eat some cakes, ice cream, cookies, and things like that, I think I'm getting happier and happier. Sweet things are really useful for me to get out of stress.
Sorry? Really what? Sorry, really?
Sweet things are really works for me.
What'd you say?
Works.
Works.
I think I think sweet things are really works for me to get out of stress, and it's really scientifically proven. 잠깐만, give me a second, please.
That's okay.
I read an article back in the day about why we crave dessert when we get stressed. Sweet things promote the production of dopamine.
Dopamine.
와, 도파민까지.
Dopamine. After I read that article, I realized that the reason why I look after sugary foods.
Sorry, the reason why what? The
reason why I look after sweet
sugary food?
Sugary food, yeah.
So nowadays 말고 maybe 어떤 super stressful situation. So maybe 특히 어떤 엄청 stressful 상황이 있었어. 그때는 뭐 했어?
제일 약간 스트레스 받았던 때?
I mean, 제일, it doesn't have to be 가장 제일, but just a big one.
I really I get stressed when I have something to I have a lot of something to do. For example, my assignment thing have to and studying.
Okay, yeah.
When at the time I stopped studying and went to karaoke.
난 진짜 노래방. I thought I was gonna say 노래방. That was my guess.
Karaoke, and after I got out of my stress, and then I started again. Got out of stress도 맞는 표현인가? Is that right expression?
It's not right, but we'll fix that later.
After I relieved my stress, and then I started my work again.
너무 슬프다.
So Jisoo, so how do you deal with stress? So when I was young, when I get stressed, I went to sleep because when I woke up, my feeling is more calm. So I kind of understand you're saying like 어렸을 때 스트레스 받을 때 뭐 그냥 잠자고 왜냐면 그 일어날 때 뭐 더 calm하게 되고 또 해결할 수 있고, right? So 근데 when I was young, when I get stressed, sa실 when 벌써 있잖아, right? So you don't really say it twice there, right? So it's when I was young. I guess that's fine. When I was young and 그냥 felt stressed, or when I was young and was stressed. Also, have you heard stressed out?
Stressed out?
Yeah. So like I'm stressed out.
들어는 본 것 같은데 정확히 뭔지 몰라.
It's the same as stressed, but just more emphasis. Like I'm really stressed out right now. So 사실 when I was young and felt stressed would probably be fine when I was young and felt so when I was young and stressed out, right? Or when I was young and stressed. Because was 두 개 필요 없잖아. Same as when 두 개 필요 없잖아. And out is just a bit stronger. When I was young and stressed out is like
약간
Liam.
스트레스 받아 이런 느낌인 거?
So like 만약에 Liam, you look stressed. 근데 난 진짜 스트레스 받는 모양이야. Like, you look really stressed out, man. Like it's kind of stronger. Anyway, when I was young and felt stressed, I went to sleep. When I was young and felt stressed, I often went to sleep. I often went to sleep because when I woke up, my feeling is more calm. 아니야. 이거는 would. We use would in this situation. Because when I would feel 그냥 calmer. Feel calmer. So that I could. Sorry, handling well doesn't really work. But so that I could. 사실 we don't need to say calmer. We can just say calm. We'll just use calm. I would feel calm. Because calmer is like 벌써 calm or not calm at all. It's more calm. But 그냥 calm is enough.
Okay.
I would feel calm so that I could handle the stress. No, I would say when I was young and felt stressed, I would fall to sleep. I would feel calm and ready to be honest, I would change. I would just say do what I needed to do. Because 이거는 일반적인 stress, general situation이잖아. 그쵸? So it's kind of weird to say when I was young and felt stressed, blah, 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 wake up and I'm gonna handle the stress. Kind of weird. So it's better to say I would feel calm and ready to do what I needed to do. Right? So I know but like when I was young and felt stressed, 특히 because of study, I would blah 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 blah. Because when I woke up, I would feel calm and ready to study. Well, you could do that. Yeah, but now when I get stressed, I'm trying to find what. Think about it. But now when I get stressed, I'm trying. Think about it. Now when I get stressed, nowadays when I get stressed,
I try.
Yeah. But nowadays, when I get stressed, I try to find. So 이거 무슨 말이야?
Because when I get stressed, I don't know what like my stress come from.
Yeah.
어디서 왜 스트레스를 받는지 몰라 내가. 그냥 씨 스트레스 받네? 약간 나중에 알아. 내가 스트레스를 받는 걸.
그리고 왜 찾고 싶어?
해결하려고.
Oh, okay. So I tried to find. Yeah, calm down, man. 진정해요. Anyway, I tried to find the source of that stress so that I can deal with it and sort it out. So again, some more expressions here. So, but now or nowadays, when I get stressed, I try to find the source. So the source is like 어디서 나타나는지, the source of that stress, right? Where did it come from, right? So that I can deal with it / sort it out. So sort it out is the same thing, like deal with it. But I prefer, I would use deal with it more. But sort it out is not wrong. 그냥 혹시 들으면 그런 말이야, 그런 의미야. Next, even I can't fix the problem. Do you know why it's wrong? Even I can't fix the problem.
I couldn't.
It's 원래 말이야, isn't it? Because nowadays, right? You try to find the source of the issue, right? So even I can't. 정화 알아? 혹시 못하면? 혹시 해결하지 못하면?
몰라.
나? Even if I can't the problem, even if I can't fix the problem, I just know what is the problem of me, then that's feel better. Okay, that's very just weird. Like, but I understand what you're trying to say. So even if I can't fix the problem, I just want to know 그 문제는 뭔지, right? 문제 뭔지 알고 싶지. Okay, wait. Even if I can't, let's just say fix it, because 저번 문장은 뭐, right? 그런 거. So even if I can't fix it, I just want to know what the problem / issue is. So we can also say issue as problem issue. What the problem or issue is. I just want to know what the problem is because that helps me feel better. 사실 이거는 좀 like because that makes me feel better. 사실 there's several ways to say that. Like Because 이거도 너무 general이잖아. It's really general, right? So even if I can't fix it, I just want to know what the problem is because that makes me feel better. You could also, because that makes me feel like relaxed or something, whatever. It doesn't matter, right? Better, relaxed. So let's just say also when I'm stressed, just say it again. So also when I'm stressed, I'm do something.
I do something.
Don't say I do some. Just say like I'm do something 빼고. 그래서 바로 하는 거 뭐야?
나 저 얘기가 하고 싶었지. Do whatever.
Yeah. So also when I'm stressed, I
just do whatever.
do things. Yeah. Oh yeah. So sorry. I do. So sorry. I have to kind of change it around now. So also when I'm stressed, I do things that are unrelated. To the situation. So 관계 없어. 아무 관계는 없어. I do things that are unrelated to the situation. Wait, I do things that are like garden. Sorry, like gardening.
Gardening?
Things that are like garden. I like to garden. Garden can also be a verb.
그래?
That's why. Yeah, that's why. So that's why I'm saying I like. So I can do things like garden. So for example, Liam, what are you going to say? I might garden, listen to music, or watch a drama.
처음 알았어.
I do things that are unrelated to something like garden. So listen music 들리는데 생각해봐.
Listen to music.
Yeah. So that was very disappointing because you got that wrong. Listen to music, or
watching drama.
no, watching drama라고?
아니야?
아니야. 정화?
watch drama. S? 뭐야?
야 그냥 watch.
지수 그냥 watch라고 했어.
아 미안. And let's assume 너 호주 사람이랑 얘기하면 그냥 TV shows이라고 해 그럼.
TV
드라마는 나만 할 거야. 한국 사람만 할 거야. 외국인들 안 할 거야. 드라마. We call it TV shows. So or watch TV shows. So also on the side, do things that are unrelated to the situation, like 사실 더 emphasis 하고 싶으면 이거 관계 없는 거, right? So you could also say useless things or pointless things, right? So 만약에 unrelated to the situation can be a little formal, right? 근데 만약에 또 strong하게 하고 싶으면 진짜 useless이잖아, pointless이잖아. 그래서 아무 도움이 없어서. So you could say when I'm stressed, I do useless things like garden, useless things that kind of thing, because they don't help me to, yeah, you know, they don't help you to fix the situation, right? And if you want to be a little softer than useless and pointless, I would just say random things. Do random things. So let's put random actually as the main one, and we'll put the other one as a bonus, yeah? Because I think random is a bit easier in this situation. Next, nowadays, okay, this one will be quick.
I get stressed.
사실 nowadays I'm getting stressed 아니야. 너 벌써 스트레스 있잖아. 그래서 nowadays 그냥 스트레스 상태야. 그래서
I stress.
close.
I have stress.
I'm stressed. 그냥 I'm stressed. I'm stressed because I need to apply visa. 중간에 뭐가 있어? 뭐 있어야 돼? Because I need to. No, not to.
I need to apply a visa.
For a visa. For a visa, right? 너 그런 얘기
I think I said I need to apply new job.
A new job.
New job.
그러면은
Okay, then just for a new job. I have job 들리는데?
I have work.
아니야. I have job 맞는데 뭐가 중간에 뭐가 있어야 돼? A job. I have a job. Yeah. So 사실 nowadays I'm stressed because I 사실 need to apply는 need to 아니잖아. 좀 원하는 거잖아, right? Yeah. So because 근데 이거 원하는 거야 아니면 벌써 신청하고 있어?
지금 계속 알아보고 있어.
벌써 알아보고 있어? So then I would just say because I'm looking for a new job. Right? A little simpler, right? But it just means 알아보고 있고 막 now I'm looking and applying blah 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 blah, right? 그런 느낌이야. Because wanting은 원하는데 근데 아직 시작 안 했잖아. Yeah, it's like thinking about it, 생각 중, right? Anyway, I have a job, so you can say like I already have a job if you want to put emphasis. So I already have a job. Oops, but I want to get more money는 아니야.
To make more money?
Yeah, but what do you know what money 돈 벌어 더 formal한 거 있나? 그 더 맞는 말 알아?
더 맞는 말?
더 correct, something more correct. Make money. Something specific with money.
Get paid more.
Starts with E. 정화? No? 지수? No?
아니야,
It's
오늘?
usually earn more money. Earn more money. Earn more money. Make more money is fine. Make more money is correct. I'm just saying earn is also like something you can use. So earn more money, but I want to make more money. I want to make more money. Yep. So I need to write cover letter. Come on, Tilio.
I need to write a cover letter.
Yeah, write a cover letter. So I need to write a cover letter. 그 새로운 cover letter야? So then you can be like new cover letter, resume.
experience가 뭐 더 있었으니까.
그래서 new cover letter야? 아니면 조금 바꿔야 돼?
New.
specific인데. New?
New
okay, so
cover
write a new
letter,
cover. 근데 만약에 같은 cover letter면 근데 바꾼 거야. 그럼 rewrite. Rewrite my cover letter.
Rewrite.
So I kind of or edit my cover letter. Right? So 사실 조금 느낌이 달라. Rewrite는 뭐 처음부터 끝까지 다시 써야 돼, right? 뭐 new cover letter도 맞는데, 근데 editing은 뭐 거의 비슷해. 그냥 더 editing 조금 different이야, right? Rewriting is like everything. Edit is like maybe a bit of changing. Do interviews? So you mean interview 받아야 돼, right? 인터뷰 해야 돼?
인터뷰 준비해야지.
So do interview는 아니지, and prepare.
prepare.
Right? So I need to write a cover letter, resume, and prepare for interviews. Yeah? I'm really scared and stressed. 생각해.
Stressed.
Say it again.
Stressed.
Stressed. 과거잖아. Stressed, not stress. I'm really scared and stressed. 사실, so, 지금 stress 받으면 I still say I'm stressed, okay? Right? Stress ED, yeah? I'm really scared and stressed out. I'm going to say, since you're really stressed, I'm going to say stressed out about the interview. So 사실 about the interview, specific interview 아니지. 원래 인터뷰는 무섭지.
그치.
So I'm really scared and stressed about. So 사실 I would change this a bit. So I would say doing interviews really stresses me out. Doing interviews or like is quite scary and really stresses me out. Really stresses me out. So I'm trying to write the question answer. So I'm trying to. I know what you're trying to say, right? 연기하고 있어, right? So I'm trying to write practice question.
Practice answer.
So I'm trying to write practice answers. Do you know what I mean, right? Practice answers. It's kind of like 만약에 그런 질문 받으면 내가 어떻게 할 거야? So I'm trying to write practice answers. So practice answers is like practice는 이거 동사 아니야 여기에, right? I'm writing practice answers. Practice answers is like the 명사 in this situation. So I'm trying to write practice answers. Yeah, write my resume again. I just do my best now. I'm just doing my best. It's stressful.
Doing my best.
It's stressful, but I'm handling it. 사실 you could just say one of them, or yeah, like I'm just doing my best. It's stressful, but I'm handling it. Like good. You don't need both. So both are fine, but yeah, it's kind of like 그쵸?
그치.
It's like that's it. That's all. Right? That's it. 그런 느낌이야. Okay? So 한 번만.
그냥 이렇게 해.
그래 맞아. Now 정화. Okay.
이거 practice answer 무슨 뜻이야? 그럼?
약간 우리한테 말하면 연습 문제 이런 느낌인 것 같은데. 연습 문제인데 약간 연습 문제에 대한 답인 거지.
Yeah. So for example, in high school, when I was doing 수능, preparing for 수능, our teacher would give us practice exams or practice tests, which is it's like the real test, but it's just 연습. It's just a practice.
그냥 이게 practice test answers가 하나의 명사인 거지.
Yeah. It's 명사. Yeah.
연습 문제 풀고 있어.
그런 거. Correct. So I use it for like, it's not the real interview, right? So you're writing practice answers, right? You're doing a practice test, right? Let's do a practice. If I say let's do a practice, let's do a practice, practice is a noun in that situation, right? So it kind of means let's do a practice, and then, 이렇게 봐봐. Let's do a practice, and then in brackets, interview. Let's do a practice something, right? Anyway, so 정화, let's move on to you now. So I think the best way to release my stress. So, 정화, 이거 틀리지 않아, 근데. But there's a few ways we can do this, okay? So I think the best way for me, for example, to release my stress. So 그냥 만약에 더 넣으려면, I think the best way to release my stress is eating sweet things, is to eat sweet things, is to eat. So I think the best way for me to release my stress is eating sweets. So we don't have to say sweet things. Sasha, do you know in English we can just call them sweets?
Sweets.
그냥 sweets.
We just say sweets, yeah. So sweets is sweet things, yeah. You don't have to say like cakes. It's kind of weird, right? Like why would you eat more than one cake? It's weird. So when I eat cake, ice cream, and cookies and things like that. I think I'm getting happier 아니라 이거 너 행복하게 만들어준 거지. 그쵸?
그치?
먹을 때 행복해진. 그러니까 나는 이런 거를 먹을 때 행복해진다.
그건 맞긴 한데, 근데 영어로 I get happier, 만약에 I get happier은 조금 이상해. 아마 I would say 그것 덕분에 행복해진 거지. 그래서 it makes me happier.
Oh.
Right? So when I eat cake, ice cream, cookies and things like that, it makes me happier.
근데 I said not release. not really. relieve라고 말했는데 relieve. 이것도 맞고
relieve.
이것도 맞아?
Relieve.
둘 다 맞아? Release and relieve.
So you know how I said like cope and deal with, right? Relieve.
그런.
But there's 더 있어. So 만약에 so cope and deal with 사실 coping can be good, bad. 근데 모르잖아, 그치? 근데 relieve, ease 이거 다 positive 말이거든. If it's positive, it's like how do you release? I'm asking how do you fix your stress? 근데 사실 dealing with stress, coping with stress can be bad, good, middle, right? So sweets. 사실 그 정화 아마 좀 바꿀 거야, 오케이? 이거 순서 사실 많이 틀린 거 아니지만 뭔가 scientifically proven 그런 표현 쓰려면 원래 하는 순서는 있어. Okay? So we usually say it's scientifically proven. 그냥 일단 이렇게 바로 말해. It's scientific. It's scientifically proven. So 원래 scientific proven 쓰면 원래 바로 앞에 써. So it's scientifically proven that sweets 그냥 help people. 사실 you don't have to say works for me because scientific이면 너한테는 아니야. 모든 사람한테 준 거야. So it's scientifically proven that sweets help people to relieve stress. Okay? 다음은 뭐지? Okay, so back in the day, 누나, back in the day는 언제 봤어? 언제 읽었어?
엄청
기억이 안 나. 그냥 옛날에 기사를 본 적이.
옛날 말이야. Are we talking about 옛날에 너 애기였을 너 like 초등학생이었을 때?
그건 아니지만 그냥 그러면 그냥 about 5 years ago라고 해야 되나?
5 years ago? 사실 back in the day, it's not wrong, but back in the day, the meaning of back in the day is like 옛날에 back in the day, things were really different. usually that's why we use it. 그래서 쓴 거야. So for 만약에 back in the day, kids didn't get their first phone until they were 15. Do you understand? So 옛날에 그런 상황은 있었어. 근데 it's very different now.
옛날에 뭐 올챙이 잡고 놀았어 막 이런 느낌인가 봐.
맞아. Well, back in the day, we always played outside. We didn't play with phones. Back
진짜
in the day,
옛날을 표현할 때.
맞아. So back in the day, I didn't have an iPhone. I played with rocks or something. I played with, you know what I mean? You know 그런 아저씨 뭐 그런 얘기 하잖아. So that's more back in the day. Read an article back in the day. Again, not wrong, but just it's more about 차이. Difference, right? Difference is the focus of back in the day. So let's change it. So 사실, I read an article a while ago.
A while ago?
Or a while back. Exact same thing, but there's both, right?
While back, a while ago.
And 사실, we can also change the order. So the order could be a while ago, I read an article, blah, blah, blah. Right? So it doesn't have to be, you can change the order. Anyway, I read an article a while back about why we crave dessert when we get stressed. You know, sweet things promote the production of dopamine. So 사실 누나 이거 틀리지 않아. 근데 더 디테일 좀 있어야 될 것 같아. Can you explain what dopamine does?
그 있잖아. Dopamine is, you know that dopamine is referred to as feel-good chemicals.
You know, sweet things promote the production of dopamine, which makes you feel good. Which is a chemical that makes you feel good or something. You know, something like that. Something simple like that. But I think 그런 디테일 좀 있어야 돼 아마. 뭐 혹시 도파민 모르면, right? Anyway, after that, so 그냥 after that 아니면 after reading that article, I realized that the reason why I look after sugary foods 좀 틀려.
Unnatural.
That's just a bit confusing. Yeah. So after reading that article, I realized why. What do you mean look after sugary foods?
이거 그 sugary food를 막 찾는 거 있잖아.
I would just say why I like eating sugary foods or why I crave sugary foods. Remember crave?
Crave?
Remember? Crave is like 원하는, 아주 원하는 거. I realized why I like eating sugary foods. I realized why I crave sugary foods. So I really I really get stressed when I have a lot of something to do. Come on, 정화. Surely you can make it better than that.
I really get...
When I have a lot of something to do, 할 일 많을 때, 근데
When I have a lot of things or...
Yeah, so there's a few ways we can say a lot, like 많은, 할 일 많아. There's actually several ways to say it. So, 사실 I really get stressed. I get really stressed. But I just say I get really stressed when blah, blah, blah. Okay? I get really stressed when I have a lot of things to do. 아니면 I have a lot to do. 아니면 I have lots to do. You could use all of those things. Yeah. For example, when I have a lot of things. For example, when I have an assignment or a study to do. Okay? Yeah? Anyway, at that time, so 근데 이거 get really stressed이면 이거 요즘 하는 거잖아. 이런 말이야? 아니면 are you talking about 과거?
과거를 얘기한 건데?
Huh? 과거 얘기했다고?
I got.
Then it's then it's different. Yeah, then it's different. Then it's different. Yeah. So it's I'll just put it in alternative because 사실 만약 현재면 좋지. But I got really stressed when I was in high school or young, right? Whatever. I got really stressed when I have a lot of things to do. Had a lot of things to do. Yep. So they're all had. For example, when I had an assignment or study, a lot of things to do. So 사실, let's get rid of this sentence and just say had lots to do, like study and do assignments, for example. Yeah? Make sense? So at the time, yeah. 사실, I would say more, not really about 그때, I would say more like 보통 뭐 했는지.
그럴 때마다라고 말하고 싶으면 뭐였어야 돼? 그럴 때마다.
So every time? Oh, every time then. So every time I got stressed because of school or study, whatever, right? Every time I got stressed because of school, I went to karaoke. 사실, I would use would in this situation. I would. So it's like 만약에 혹시, you know, 스트레스 받을 때마다 I would go to karaoke.
stop studying 굳이 쓸 필요 없는 거야?
그냥, yeah, I would stop studying. I would stop studying. I would stop studying and go to karaoke. And after I got out of and go to karaoke to relieve my stress. Let's just like that. Keep it simple, right? And then 그냥 once I felt ready / calm / you know / better, whatever, doesn't matter. Once I got ready, calm, better, I started studying again. Yeah? 여기서부터는 제 중급반 학생들이 처음으로 템플릿 연습했었던 부분입니다. 완벽한 답변을 말하지 못하더라도 말하고 싶은 것을 자신 있게만 하는 것이 가장 중요합니다. 연습 많이 살 길이다.
나왔어.
Oh, okay, cool. So basically, this is the template. So the green, I think you won't know some of this. So I have several surefire ways. So do you know surefire? You probably don't know it.
Surefire?
Yeah, it's pretty
몰라.
random. Like 확실해? 그런 거?
확실해 효과적인.
I want Jisoo to go middle,
Middle.
Jonghwa to go negative, and I will go positive. Okay?
Okay.
So can you guys ask me first?
Liam, how do you deal with stress?
When I'm feeling stressed, I have several strategies that I use to overcome that stress. So for example, I like to exercise and do weights because it helps me to feel more relaxed. It gets a lot of the tension out of my body. So when I lift weights and stuff, it helps me get a lot of the tension out of my body. So I just feel a lot more relaxed. Something that particularly stresses me out is actually when someone asks me an important question via email or message, because I often overthink my answer. Sometimes I worry if I say this, will they be disappointed? If I email them this, will they get angry? So I try to make the perfect email and the perfect message. And that's really bad because usually it means I waste time. It also delays my message. Dealing with stress is important for me because I run into stressful situations every single day. The more that you encounter that situation, the better you can handle it. How good are you at handling stress?
I'm okay at dealing with stress. Usually, I'm watching funny cat video because it helps me laugh and makes me happy, and I can 뭐래? 어려워. 잠깐만. Usually I'm watching funny cat video because it helps me laugh and make me feel better. So I can see my stressful problem the positive.
Okay.
Sometimes the particular
Something. Sometime 아니야.
something that particularly stress me out is makes plan.
Make plan.
Make plan because I need to think about the goal, and I know I have to do something a lot. And when I make plan, I need to follow the plan. But I know I need to make plan and then follow the plan, but I don't want to. So my emotion and I need to do that makes me stress. That's stress.
That's fine. That's fine.
뭐래?
That's fine. That's fine.
Difficult because sometimes because when I get stressed, sometimes I'm too emotional. If I'm too depressed, I don't want to do anything. I want to do anything, so yeah, it's really difficult.
It's fine. That's enough. Yeah, okay. Yeah, how do you cope when you're stressed?
When I am stressed, I often struggle to overcome it. Usually I work out, but it doesn't help because it makes me exhausted.
오, 나랑 다르네.
근데 이거 그냥 actually is a fake answer. 왜냐면 내고치면 너무 어려워. 그다음에요. Something that particularly stresses me out is the situation I can't eat anything.
Oh.
Because you can't eat anything? 아니야? 아니 뭐라고?
Stresses me out is spending time on empty stomach.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Because I get an energy from meal. Stress is difficult for me to overcome because I have to eat something to relieve my stress, but it makes me gain weight. So I guess stressed again.
Ah.
So it's kind of like a vicious cycle, bad cycle.
Yes, I understand that. That's good. So, Jisoo. All right, let's start. I'm watching funny cat videos. No, I watch funny cat videos.
I watch.
Yeah, I watch funny cat videos, blah, 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 blah. And you said, so it helps me laugh and make me happy. 근데 makes me happy, G? Makes me happy? Oh, and then you said, and I can something, something. Usually I watching funny cat videos because, so again, usually I watch, right? I watch funny cat videos, not watching. Oh, so that I can see my...
issue?
so that I can, yeah, but I'm trying to think. So that I can, oh, okay, I got this. So that I can approach my issue / problem in a positive way.
In a positive
So
way.
I know it's a bit complicated, but I think it's like approach. It's about 너 어떻게 생각하는지, right? 어떻게 해결하는지, the approach. You want to approach it positively. Something that particularly stresses me out, make plan is wrong. Do you know why?
뭐라 그래?
Sure.
No, it's not make plan, it's making plans. Plan
Making
만들기.
plan.
Making plans. Because I need to think about.
나도 내가 뭐라 했는지 모르겠어.
괜찮아.
근데 약간
괜찮아,
그런
괜찮아.
느낌이었어. 아까 지수 말하면서도 내가 뭘 말하고 있지.
정신이
It's okay.
없어 너무.
It's okay. And I know I have 사실 to do something and I know I have a lot to do. When I make plans. So it's kind of just like, yeah, so something that stresses me out is making plans because I need to think about blah blah and I have to do a lot and I have a lot to do when I have a lot to do if I want it to be successful. So 성공하고 싶으면 I have to do a lot, right? 노력해야 돼 kind of thing. Also, when I make plans, I need to follow need to follow the plan, but I don't want to. What do you mean by that?
약간 계획한 거에 따라서 해야 되는데 그리고 그렇게 해야 되는 걸 아는데 하기 싫은 거지.
만들 때 아니면 만들고 나서?
다 만들 때도 만들면서도 아씨 이거 해야 되는데 이렇게 해야 되는데 안 하겠지 하기 싫다 이러면서 하는 거지.
Okay.
너무 어려워.
Okay, let's just say because of all the things I need to do. Oh wait. Okay, because of all the things I need to do and the effort I need to put in, because I feel stressed. Okay, yeah. Is that right? 그런 거야?
그래.
그런 느낌이야?
이런 느낌이지.
Dealing with stress is sometimes difficult when I get stressed. Sometime이라고 했는데 sometimes. Sometime은 아니야. Sometimes I'm too emotional. And then if I'm too emotional, I don't want to do anything. If I am too emotional.
I am.
Right? And then, okay, next, let's go to Jongwon. Usually I work out, but it doesn't help because it makes me exhausted. Something that particularly stresses me out is spending time with an empty stomach I would say when, 사실 spending time with an empty stomach, when I have an empty stomach. I would say when I have an empty stomach. Or is when I'm hungry.
Something that particularly stresses me out is when I have an stomach.
Because I need energy from food or from eating, right? Anyway, stress is difficult for me to overcome because I understand what you're saying. So because I have to eat something to relieve my stress, but then it makes me gain weight. So I get stressed again. Actually, it's fine, but I would say so I get even more stressed. So I just get even more stressed. Anyway, it's a bad cycle. Yeah, so it's a bad cycle. It's a bad
cycle.
Yeah, it's a bad cycle / vicious cycle was fine too. So both are fine.
Bad cycle is easier.
Yeah, it's easier. So 사실 something that particularly stresses me out. 여기서도 넣을 수도 있잖아. Something that stresses me out is when I have an empty stomach, or is when I'm hungry because even though I need energy from food, it makes me gain weight. So blah blah blah, same thing, right? So you can also just use it in there. in the same sentence. Okay, we are done today.
You're done.
So that was a good class. How'd you guys feel about this one?
좋아요.
잘 가. 좋은 일요일 보내고 조심하고
네.
지수도
Have a
잘
good rest of the
먹고.
day.
그래, 비 오는데 다들 조심하세요. 안녕.
빠이 정화, 빠이
Bye.
지수. 오늘 주제는 스트레스 해소하기였습니다. 우리 같이 연습했으니 잘 말할 수 있겠죠? So, how do you deal with stress? 이번 영상 봐주셔서 감사하고 좋아요와 구독 꾹 눌러주세요.